right. So as marketers, our customers are often other businesses. And in that situation where we're involved in business-to-business marketing, relationships with our customers are critical because there are often fewer customers, but they often spend much more money than if we were selling to individual consumers. So what do business relationships include? In other words, what are the characteristics of those relationships? Well, one is cooperative problem solving. So a customer may come to us and say, hey, we're trying to figure out how to do this, or we need to find a solution to this problem. And if we have a good relationship with them, we'll probably work with them and use our knowledge and our experience to try to find a good solution. So that benefits them, but it also probably means more revenue for us. Another aspect of these relationships are what's called exchange of information. In other words, if they learn something important, whether it's about the marketplace and what consumers are doing, or if they hear about some sort of innovation that may be relevant to us, well, hopefully they'll tell us and we can learn from them. On the flip side, as a manufacturer selling to another manufacturer or to a retailer or wholesaler, we should probably have some knowledge that they don't have. And we'd also want to share that with them so that we can both benefit. Another aspect of business-to-business relationships might be what are called operational ties. So if we're doing a lot of business with another company, we may invest in locating ourselves closer to them, or we may invest in computer systems that are more compatible with theirs. These are types of operational ties that kind of connect our businesses more and make our relationship more beneficial. We may also have what are called legal ties. In other words, we may enter into contracts. In most business relationships, contracts are a part of the arrangement, at least long-term ones. And this sort of solidifies the relationship, but it also makes sure that we all understand what we expect from each other. Next, we have partner adaptations. And this is kind of like the operational ties I mentioned before, except that it's more like if you're in a relationship with another business and you need a favor, if you want to think of it that way, or you need them to change something about the way they do things, or maybe alter the product a little bit, if you have a good relationship with them, they may do that. Likewise, if we need our buyer to increase volume and decrease frequency of their purchases, maybe they'll do that if we have a good relationship. On the other hand, if there's no relationship, that's a big ask in either of those situations that I mentioned. Lastly, a key factor or characteristic of all business relationships is power. And this can cause problems if it's not managed or acknowledged appropriately. So when I say power, what I mean is that usually either the buyer or the seller is going to be in a better position to dictate how the relationship works. One or the other is likely to have more power. Again, this is something to be aware of, but to negotiate or maneuver around carefully in order to make sure the relationship stays healthy. All of these characteristics of relationships are important for us to understand as marketers in order to continue to be successful and to increase our profits and our success as a company.